Thing we like to do whenever our guests come to Flexcast, Aisha, we like to have them talk about the topics we're talking about. And there's actually one of these that relates to alcohol in Austin on Sundays. A new Senate bill has been introduced to expand alcohol sales in Austin on Sunday. Now, as an alcohol vendor, how do you feel about this? How do you think it would affect you? You think it's a good thing? What are your thoughts when you hear that?
So for me, it does not make a difference for my business.
Okay.
As far as the actual law itself, and I'm going to tell you why. There's something people don't know about Texas, but most daiquiri places in Texas are actually wine-based. They aren't. You did know that. So people from you're from Louisiana?
Yeah, my family. I'm
okay.
From whatever.
Yeah. Okay. People that like have family or that are from Louisiana, they know when they come to Texas, the law has been only to allow BG licenses, which are beer and wine licenses, for people to be able to sell to go.
Correct.
Up until during COVID. So all of the daiquiri shops here are wine-based daiquiris, and their wine is flavored to taste like liquor. So although it's alcohol, it's still alcohol. It's just wine. And so the percentage of alcohol is still in it. It's just a wine base versus versus a liquor. So for me, our business,
It wouldn't really
we can sell on Sundays. Okay. We're open on Sundays. We can sell on Sundays. You know, it's no problem. Just like a restaurant, stuff like that. I do think that opening liquor stores on Sundays might affect my Sunday sales a little bit.
I think that's what I was thinking. I was like, how would people being able to get it elsewhere affect what you do? You know? Yeah.
I mean, I think that here in Texas, one of the benefits of us having daiquiris is it's something chill. It's like it's hot here all the time. It's humid here all the time.
Right.
I choose margaritas over shots all the time. I choose, like things on the rocks over, because it's just too damn hot. So, I think like people are in the mood often during our on season for cold drinks, and I think that won't really change for us too much.
And most people don't know how to make a good daiquiri.
Yeah,
these are good.
I was gonna say there's a difference like between sipping and doing something chill on Sundays than like throwing them back and taking shot after shot and stuff like that.
Those people are dangerous.
More power to you. Good luck to you.
Hey,
I want a part.
and honestly, like Sunday is one of those days where it should be laid back anyway. I don't look at Sunday as a day where I want to go hard. You know what I mean? Because my week is coming.
It's like a mimosa.
Yeah, my week is coming, so I don't want to be
Yes.
plastered on Sunday at 9 p.m. You know what I mean?
Okay, wait.
I don't have you tore up.
I don't want to give any wrong idea. I'm tore up on Sundays by the end of the night. Like by the end of the 7 o'clock.
But it's a pace drink.
7 o'clock though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've been drinking all day, and now now it's 7 o'clock and I'm going home.
So like this is like. Looking at this, like this is well presented. I noticed your cups have like merch. So this obviously looks like it's been, a couple years in the making. One of the things I wanted to know from you, Aisha, like when did you know, like, hey, this is going to be a business idea that I'm going to go with and stick with? Like this is a move for me, and I'm going to really try to capitalize. Like at what point did you know? What was life like then? I'm curious, like when you started.
It was COVID.
Okay.
So it was COVID.
Hey, shout out to COVID bags.
Yeah.
A lot of people came up with COVID bags.
For real.
But mine was a little less conventional than a lot of people. A lot of people got PPPs. I just want to say on camera, I never got to take advantage of the PPP.
Hey, clap it up. We ain't pushing P over here, man.
I'm pissed.
Hey, shout out to real bosses with their own money, man.
Yeah, I didn't get to do that, man. But I really would have liked to use somebody else's money beside my own. But I'm going to tell you, I moved to Austin, back to Austin. I'm from Austin. So I had moved away to Houston, and I moved back to Austin in the very beginning of March of, what was that, 2020?
2020.
Yes, when COVID hit. So we didn't know that COVID was going to hit when we first moved back. In fact, we had way different plans. And so come May, it was Mother's Day, and our families get together for the holidays. So it was like the first time the family was getting together for the holidays, and we went to a family friend's house, and they always have margarita machines over there. Any holiday, they're gonna have the margarita machine outside with all the picnic tables. Everybody's playing dominoes. Everybody's drinking a margarita.
Sound like my party.
Okay, yeah, no, the whole family. I mean, it's the grandma, aunts, uncles, like everybody's out there. And so my husband's best friend, that's whose house we were at, his mom was there, and my husband was like, hey, you know what? We've been talking about opening a hookah spot before we left Austin, and we just got to talking, and she was like, we ended up on daiquiris, and we both just really love margaritas. We really love daiquiris, and we were like, we should open a daiquiri spot in a drunk like conversation, but we were kind of like,
but it ended up happening.
Yeah. And that was Mother's Day, so I want to say that was like 5/8, and I had the business established by, I think I had established a business like 6/3.
Playing no games.
Okay. Yeah,
Playing no games.
I had
I
the
like
whole
that.
LLC, all the
I like that.
paperwork. I had started the TABC process. So what really spearheaded that though was that his family owns Sam's Barbecue.
Okay.
Okay,
And
gotcha.
so-
Okay.
Perfect.
And so they really needed help at that time because they are still on like the register that was like a typewriter. Like
Yes.
it was nothing digital.
It's
They didn't-
historic.
I was
There
gonna
was
say,
no online ordering, so they were shut down during COVID. So I started volunteering my time up there to help them get,
Up to date.
their business was really just not going well.
Historic.
Yeah, at that time, they didn't know how to function under those circumstances. So we got them all set up and going and stuff like that. And we were like, they had a side of the business that was storage. It was like a room that was just used for storage. And so I was like, let's take this and let's remodel this room and let's get this business going. And we kind of had like just a facelift to Sam's,
Absolutely.
redo in here, and we added on the patio, and we really just kind of got it all going. And then, I mean, really, I knew after that Mother's Day conversation, I was like, look, I got to do something. It's COVID. I feel like this business would thrive during COVID.
Yeah.
She did too. And we really just hit the ground running.
That's
from
awesome
there.
to hear.
That is
Yeah.
so
That's great to
exciting.
hear.
Yeah, it was just a good fit. It really happened organically.
Nice.
No
Absolutely.
plan.
And that's the best when it does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as good as
so-
your daiquiris are, I do not think that y'all are going to have an issue with sales on Sundays.
yes,
Honestly.
I don't think so. And we've really been blessed. The community, the east side of Austin is super gentrified now. But and as negative as that is in a lot of ways, there are some good sides to it. A lot of the people that live in that neighborhood that are the gentrifiers, the transplants, they come through and they really do try to support the businesses that are still existing in the area. I mean, it's still a little piece of Austin that they get to experience.
Okay.
And so,
Man, for those of y'all who didn't know, they've been trying to get Sam's out. They've been trying to buy Sam's
they've been
for
trying to buy Sam's for
years.
years.
Like,
Yeah.
and then from what I understand, the number keeps going up, and Sam's is like 10 toes down about like, no,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
this is historic. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of history to what she's talking about.
it's all been all over the news. They've had developers come and just offer millions of
Millions.
dollars.
Absolutely.
Yeah, nah.
And
He a real one.
No, for real.
like,
He like,
yeah,
no.
he's like, I'm not gonna say that.
I'm not going to sell.
He said, I definitely would have took my.
Boy.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. But yeah.
yeah, no.
That
He,
Jello shot.
Y'all would have been coming to get Sam's from the house.
Well, kudos to
said, I
the
gotta pay
Sam's
at home.
owners for holding
Yeah,
it
they
down.
would have. Yeah, I would have quick meal, and we would have opened something up. Y'all can still get this barbecue. No, but not.
yeah. He's just, he was like, man, this has been in my family for too long. His dad started it. His dad won it in a dice game, actually.
That's
What?
so cool.
Hey, that's the best
Yeah.
come up.
Wow.
What?
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey,
somebody's
man.
out there hitting them.
Yeah. yes. And
Hey, keep going. Keep going. I love it. Don't stop.
yeah, so I mean, he went in a dice game, and there's all kinds of. He's been on all kinds of podcasts, and he's been in so many different movies and things like that. He's just a character. If you ever get a chance to go
We're
up
gonna bring
there,
him on here. We gotta bring him on here.
Brian Mays is his name, and he you can call him Sam, you can call him Pawpaw. He'll answer to almost anything, but he will talk your ear up if
I'm
you.
gonna call him Dice Man.
Okay. The dice winner.
I need to take notes.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So no, he's not coming up off that. He's
Okay.
not. He's like,
That's
nah,
good.
while I'm living, this isn't going nowhere.
Which he
So,
shouldn't. He
Nice.
should
That's
not.
good. That's
Yeah.
good.
So
Well,
Yeah.
transitioning that thought, tell us some of the challenges that you went through to get to this point. I mean, even coming through COVID, you had a successful business during COVID. We're transitioning kind of out of that.
Yeah. So COVID was actually really good for me. Everybody was home. Everybody was drinking. So
They
it
sure
worked. It worked. They came and picked up to-go alcohol. They didn't want to hang around. They're taking it home, and they were taking it to the lake, and they were taking it to the pools when they could, and just getting drunk. You know. And so it really, we actually opened in January of 2021. So we actually didn't even open in the summertime. And when I tell you guys, the amount of support that we received was just like, it brought me to tears then, you know, like I just couldn't even believe how many people came through and supported us. And it was amazing. And I feel like now, I thought that it was going to be hard then. And to be 100% honest with you, we do have challenges, but owning a business is so much easier than what I ever imagined it to be.
In what way?
Okay.
In what way?
So I just feel like I am really big on processes.
Yes.
And like that's kind of something that I'm just naturally like good at, is creating or coming in and looking at processes and fixing them. So once I had my processes in place for what was going to work for the functionality of our business, I mean, it's easy. It's just plug and play from there, right? You're just moving pieces around at that point. And so the hardest thing I would say up until this point that I still struggle with, I mean, even today, is like managing employees, managing people. You're dealing with a lot of different personalities, and people don't care about your business the way that you care about your business
At all.
And so
They don't see your
finding
vision.
ways to appeal to people, right? Like you can't, and you know, things become monotonous. Like if I have a manager that's working there Monday through Friday, they're expecting the same thing every week. They're doing the same thing, showing up every week. So finding creative ways to give them incentives and, you know, just keep them excited about doing their job.
Absolutely.
That's probably been my biggest my personal challenge with the business. But I mean, other than that, I all I do now is encourage people to open businesses.
Man, I truly believe, and it's funny you said that because I'm the same way. If you look at successful people, success comes from systems. It comes from things that run on autopilot.
Right.
And so, yeah, 100%. Like, I agree with you. That's awesome to hear.
Yeah. So
So what are the future plans for the daiquiri factory?
Are we looking at a brick and mortar? Are we? What's coming
so,
up?
Well, so our business, we have our brick and mortar at Sam's, but we opened a trailer because, as you guys know, the real estate in Austin has skyrocketed. It's like no secret. It's all over the news
To
and
this
everywhere.
day.
Higher than giraffe
Yeah.
coochie.
Yes, you know, I just heard that.
Oh my God.
It is.
This is the first time I heard that was from my lender yesterday, talking
Oh my
about
gosh.
the loan prices. That's
saying?
crazy. That's
My dad has
something-
always said that, but to hear somebody else
Say it.
oh my god!
Yeah.
Say what's on
Hey,
my
we need to
mind.
have daiquiris every episode. I'm putting in an order with you for twice a month. Nah, because if that's going to turn our episodes up, we need that.
That needs to be the title
Yeah,
of
I got
this
some
I
for
think we
y'all.
need to. Yeah,
podcast.
she ain't never said that.
The things that are in my brain.
It's the
Might be the
Jello
green
shot.
shot.
Yeah. Yeah, but I lost my train of thought. Y'all have me.
You were saying what's coming next.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so we got a trailer built out just recently. So the trailer is something that we decided to do instead of opening a second location for now. We spent a whole year, really after year one, we were ready to start looking into opening a second location. But we spent a whole year really trying to figure out where we could do that. We knew what areas we wanted to be in, and it's an open market right now as far as daiquiri shops go. So we had a lot of areas to choose from, but the prices on real estate was just way too high. So we decided to get the trailer going, and we're just going to start doing festivals and weddings and birthday parties and corporate events. And that'll be our next transition into phase 2 for us. And then once phase 3 will be another brick and mortar.
Absolutely.
So much off of weddings.
It'll
in
pay
Austin.
for itself.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
really.
We just got it a month
Weddings,
ago, and
festivals,
we've already
all of
got like next month 3 events booked, and so it's just made sense.
It's another system.
Yeah, and
absolutely.
it's a one-time overhead. Well, not one time. I mean, there's always upkeep for anything, but
Right.
lower upkeep. One time,
is.
big overhead, cost, and then it'll pay for itself.
Man, for our listeners, you should tell them where they can find your product or find you online, or give them the address for your brick and mortar. I want people to know where they can find this when they come to Austin. We got people listening in like 12 different states. people that visit Austin, people that live in Austin. Let them know where they can find you.
Yeah, so we are at 2000 East 12th Street, Austin, Texas, and 02.
Okay.
Hey.
So we're in East Austin. We're about 6 blocks from downtown.
They don't know what that means, but they'll find out.
Yeah, so we're about like 6 blocks from downtown itself, like across from where UT would be. So we're really in close proximity to downtown. And you can follow us on our Instagram at Austin Daiquiri Factory. We also deliver and have pickup options. So you can order. Yeah, you can order on our website, austindaiquirifactory.com. We're on Facebook, the Austin Daiquiri Factory. We're on Twitter. We're on every social media. My marketing lady is not missing a beat, you know. So there's many different places that you can find us. But please come visit us. You will not be disappointed.
Hey, and I appreciate you coming by, man. Let's clap it up for Aisha.
Yes.
Austin Daiquiri Factory, man. They got us in here talking greasy. We're gonna take a quick break, get our next guest situated, and we'll be right back. Don't go nowhere. Flexcast. Yo.
Yes, of course.